Wake up, seeker. We're here to explore a question that, well, it probably echoes in the silent moments of your life. And we're not talking about making small adjustments here. We're talking about completely dismantling the very script you've been handed and discovering an ancient, powerful blueprint for a life of truly profound purpose. Our journey begins right now.
I want you to take a close look at the path you're on. Does it feel like something you've truly chosen? Or does it feel, well, kind of inevitable? You see, you were born not as a cog in some machine, but as infinite consciousness itself. And yet, so many of us find ourselves on this default conveyor belt, just moving from one pre-assigned station to the next. That feeling, it isn't an accident. It's the central question of our existence.
So this brings us to what we call the scripted life trap. It's an illusion so pervasive, so all-encompassing, that we often mistake its walls for the horizon. It is time to see it for what it truly is. You know, the ancient sages of Vedanta had a name for this grand illusion. They called it Maya. The best way to think of it is like a virtual reality headset that you're given at birth. It projects this whole world of checklists, right? Get the grades, land the career, find the partner, buy the house. And this VR trap works so well because it offers the illusion of safety, a pre-approved definition of success. It keeps you so busy chasing pixels that you forget you are the programmer, the eternal, witnessing self, the Atman. The Bhagavad Gita, with its radical simplicity, offers us a way to cut through all that noise. This verse tells us that the entire scripted drama, all the promotions, the anxieties, the fleeting successes, none of it has any true lasting existence. But the real, your eternal self, it has never not been here. It's the silent screen upon which the movie of your life plays out.
But look, it's one thing to point out the cage, right? That's not enough. Vedanta doesn't just leave us stranded in critique. It provides an escape pod, a time-tested, elegant, and incredibly powerful blueprint to navigate out of Maya and into a life of authentic meaning. Just look at the comparison here. On the left, you've got that familiar path, the career grind, what some call checklist slavery. It's a life measured completely by external achievements. But on the right, you see the Vedanta Blueprint. Now, this isn't about renouncing the world, but completely reorienting your relationship to it. Notice the shift from career to dharma, from what you can get to how you can align with the cosmic order. The crucial point here is moving from a life of frantic doing to a life of conscious being.
So, how does this blueprint actually work? Well, it unfolds beautifully across what's known as the 4 stages of life, a natural progression designed to lead us, step by step, toward our ultimate purpose. These are the 4 ashramas. I want you to think of them as rocket stages, each with a very specific function. They're designed to methodically propel you out of the gravitational pull of Maya and into the orbit of moksha, which means total liberation. So let's take a look at each stage. Okay, first up is brahmacharya. Society tells you this is the time to build a resume. Vedanta says, hold on a second. This is the time to build a self. It's meant to be a period of radical inquiry. Before you even think about asking, what should I do for a living? You must first dare to ask the most fundamental question there is. Who am I? This is the foundation. Everything else in a meaningful life gets built on top of this. Now, from that solid foundation of self-knowledge, we enter grihastha, the householder stage. And this is where the blueprint truly revolutionizes modern life. Your work, your family, all your responsibilities, they aren't distractions from your spiritual path. They are the path. Every single action, when you align it with your unique dharma, becomes a form of yoga, a sacred practice. Then comes vanaprastha. The default script calls this retirement, right? A phase of leisure and winding down. But the Vedanta blueprint transforms it into a period of profound wisdom and service. This is the great transition. You consciously start to detach from personal accumulation, and you shift your role from being a player to being a coach. You become a mentor, sharing your wisdom, guiding the next generation, all while turning inward to deepen your own spiritual knowledge, your jnana. And finally, we arrive at sannyasa. If vanaprastha is the journey of letting go, sannyasa is the destination of having arrived. And this isn't necessarily about a physical act, but an inner state. It's the complete inward renunciation of the ego's attachments. The goal here is nothing less than moksha, that direct, unshakable realization of your true nature as the eternal, blissful self, the Atman, finally free from the cycle of birth and death. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds ancient. How does this possibly apply to my life in the 21st century? And that's a crucial question. The beauty of this perfect life template from Vedanta is in its evolved, flexible application for the world we live in right now. So the genius of the system for us today really lies in its flexibility. First off, the stages can overlap. You can be a householder who is also deeply engaged in radical self-inquiry. Second, you do not have to wait until you're 70 to aim for sannyasa. You can cultivate that state of inward renunciation and witness consciousness right now. And the key, the real accelerator for this entire process, is what's called jnana yoga, the path of knowledge. This ancient verse from the Mundaka Upanishad points directly to the power of that accelerator. When it says that, it's referring to the supreme reality, the Atman. You see, knowledge of your true self isn't just some intellectual exercise. It is the force that actually dissolves suffering. It's the master key that unlocks every stage of this journey and helps you break the life cycle philosophy that might be holding you back. So, you see, this entire explainer isn't just about ancient philosophy. It is a direct invitation to you, a call to step off that conveyor belt and begin your own journey of profound self-reflection, starting today. So let's end with this. Don't answer with the scripted response you think you're supposed to give. Go deeper. Are you a student building a self, or are you just building a resume? Are you a householder practicing yoga through your work, or are you just trapped in a grind? And what about your retirement? Is it going to be Maya's final prize, or is it a chance to share your wisdom? The blueprint is in your hands. The inquiry begins now.
If this exploration has resonated with you, if it's helped you see the cracks in your own script, please consider liking and sharing it with a friend who might need to hear this. You can comment below with "My break starts now" to declare your intent. And please subscribe to Sacred Vantage Bliss for more blueprints to a purpose-driven life. Your real journey awaits.